Hello, I'm Archibald Chesterfield III, and today I'd like to do a video, the definitive guide to materialism, luxury goods, hoarding, possessing, craving. And I've been asked to put a few videos together. I've been paid a large sum, and I'd like to do this. And let's just go straight into it. Let's look at some questions that have been thrown at me. Is passing valuable objects onto your heirs always the best thing to do? If so, how do you prioritize this? And look, the real rule I have for passing anything down the line, if you've inherited certain objects, I think it is only just that you in turn pass that down to your heirs. So if you came into the world with certain objects, it's nice to have continued that legacy. With that said, how much of your own stuff do you need to include that, and do you need to start your own legacy? Is passing valuable objects onto your heirs always the best thing? No, it's not. No. Every child I had, and I've had 4 so far, I give them a vintage Rolex when they're in high school. And depending on whether they ask me to sell it for them and give them the money, or they get a real fascination for horology, it determines what I do next. And gotta be honest, the 2 eldest children I've tried this on failed the test miserably. So that's a huge disappointment. Passing on these things, and it's an interesting thing with materialism. When you talk to someone about watches or any great object, the first thing people say is, how much is it worth? As if the morality of money can somehow bring righteousness to an object. And I was saying, I had this conversation with a good friend the other day. Hello, Damien, if you're listening. And I said to Damien, I had my Calatrava, my Patek Philippe Calatrava, the 5107. And I also had a Vacheron Constantin 1960 dress watch, reference 6405. And I'd actually paid $2,200 for the Vacheron. That was in pre-restored condition. The dial was beautiful. It just needed a very light polish and a service, and a beautiful thin strap. $2,200, and I treated it and respected it the same way as my Patek 5107. So the morality of money would say that, well, isn't the Vacheron an inferior product? And in many ways it is. It's worth a lot less. In all fairness to the Vacheron, I thought it was an undervalued asset, and I actually sold it for $5,000, which I think now is cheap. But this is the whole thing. You look at these things, and the morality of money, the price doesn't really mean much. It was a beautiful watch. I really love that vintage Vacheron, and it pains me to think I had to sell it. I sold it. I sold it to reduce some debts I had. So, you know, it's very interesting. I think the honest truth is everyone puts a monetary value on things to work out how valuable they are, and I think that's the wrong approach. Although, you know, generally speaking, exceptionally expensive things are beautiful, there are some sleepers in that basket of luxury goods. So you'd have to really appreciate Vacheron Constantin to see the value in that watch. And I honestly think that's a very sad thing. A lot of people would have dismissed it. Oh, it's a cheap watch. Well, no. It's just as beautiful as the Patek. If not as valuable, still very, very beautiful piece. And that kind of saddens me. And that's the sad thing, is that so much of this stuff is what's it worth? That is the value in it. And I think luxury goods is more than the dollar. Yes, there is an intrinsic value, there is a commercial value on it, but there's much more to the beauty and the niceness. See, many of my things I've hoarded and possessed may not have been the upper end of that tree, but I love them equally as much as very expensive things. And money has no morality. Money has no morality. It's, let me just throw a thing in the equation. Say, for example, you could buy a stolen 10-carat diamond. A 10-carat diamond, a stolen high-quality 10-carat diamond. You could never sell it because it's so obvious whose it is, because it's 10 carats and the clarity and the color and the size and the shape. But could you, as a middle-class person, hoard, possess, keep that thing? Could you keep your mouth shut? Easier said than done, because the item, you want to show it off. You want to show this 10-carat fucker off. You want to show people you have good taste, but you can't. So having a stolen piece like that, could you enjoy it yourself without the need to show it off? So if someone gave you a 10-carat diamond that was in dodgy circumstances, could you keep your mouth shut and keep that possession? That's a very, very interesting question. Could you keep your mouth shut? And is it worth anything if you can't sell it? It's a bit like Queen Elizabeth II. She has so many jewels and possessions, but she can't really sell some of these things. It'd be sacrilege. She can't flog them off. She can't put them on fucking eBay, can she? Are they worthless then? If she can't sell them, are they worth anything? Very interesting question. Are they useless? Are they worthless? If she can't sell, if she can't turn them into cash, are they worth anything? Well, people would say they're priceless. They're irreplaceable, and that's true. But are they worthless? And these are the questions. And passing valuable items onto your heirs, I think realistically you should test your heirs and see if they are worthy of possessing thee. If they're not worthy of possessing thee, why do you need to keep something forever? The old Patek advertisement, you never actually owned a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation. That's because they don't want you to buy, sell, trade like Rolex watches. They're a bit like De Beers. A diamond is forever. They want you to hold that piece, take it out of the commercial market of circulation. They don't want it buy, sell, buy, sell. They don't want to commoditize the item. Does that mean the item's worthless? Or that's just clever marketing? My view, passing on objects, well, my view is this. Let me give it to you in a nutshell. If you've inherited wonderful, beautiful pieces, I think if they've come from several generations, it's your duty to hand those on. Should you start your own legacy? Well, do you have to be a fucking martyr? No one said you have to be a martyr. So my advice is, if you want to pass things on, sure, but no one said you have to. And we are here for a short time, so buy things that you love, you truly like, and you truly see the value in. And as time goes by, those pieces may change. I had 2 beautiful Pateks. Does that mean I think Patek sucks now and it's inferior? No, I love Pateks. I'd love dearly to own a Patek. But in my stage of life now, I would like to try something else. I'm trying the gold subgenre. And sometimes that's how life is. You try something for a while, get rid of it, try something else. And that's quite a nice feeling. I think I'm freer because I don't need to pass these on to ungrateful sons of bitches, ungrateful fuckers who don't really deserve it. And I think sometimes having these things yourself is probably, that's who they mean the most to. So I would say live life. If you inherited great things, sure, pass them on. If you want to start your own legacy, sure, if that floats your boat. But for me, it doesn't float my boat. My legacy I leave to my heirs is my Archie Luxury arsenal of videos. There you go, fuckers. So that answers the first question. I'm Archie Luxury, discussing the definitive guide to luxury goods, materialism, possessing and hoarding. What do you fuckers think of that?